Good morning my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and I do apologise if you can hear the fan going in the background, but I just thought I'd quickly just do a video because this is the temperature at the moment in the grow room, 39.4 C, and the humidity is 28. And the reason for that is it's glorious outside, it's very cold, we're going into a cold snap, but in the winter the sun comes, which faces directly south, comes through this window, and this is the result. And so the humidifier's going, the fan's going, and the only thing that loves this is the orchids, because of course the nice warm temperatures, although the humidity isn't very good at all. Anyway, if I don't think I'll be able to show you much because of the direction of the sun coming through. Those are the last buds on the pseudo-lamellatum. What else did I do this week? I've actually been working this week because of course it's coming up to Christmas, and I don't know what it is, whether it's the same in other countries, but you'd think it's Armageddon at Christmas. Everybody's stressed to the eyeballs, and work, they're all stressed at work, there's all deadlines, and the only one consolation is you can come into the grow room and it's nice and peaceful. Now this is one I've recently mounted, and this is the reason I've mounted it, can you see that? It's because this is a deciduous one, and when I checked it I wasn't too happy. Sorry, let me just see. I wasn't too happy about the state of the roots. So I thought, well, if I mount this, the mounts get watered every other day. They were watered yesterday, and at least then I can keep my eye on it. And it's like this little one, this little Lodder Jessie. And believe it or not, you probably won't see it there because I'm against the light, but that started to send out a little aerial root, I don't know if it's an aerial root, but it's started to send out a little root, so that seems to have accepted this little mount. And everything here is, even the plicatile right up there, everything here is doing fine, even the Dendrobium phalaenopsis. That's of course the Epicattleya alatilio Santa Maria, the Bulbophyllum lobii. We had a little bit of rot issue over there, but that seems to be alright now. And if I can just manoeuvre myself, sorry about this, around the humidifier, and just bring a little Zorro out. There we go. Don't know whether that's any better with the light. That's extending its little buds out, and it's extending them out here, although that looks as to be one that's going to bud blast, that one. But each one of these little tiny blooms, you can see how big it is by the size of my fingers there. And I've just noticed that there. I don't know whether that's going to branch out on that side here. Can you see? Let's have a look over here, because it has got the ability to branch. Look. So I'm hoping it's going to branch there. That's one of the other little flowers. Such a nice little orchid this is. And I'll put her back there now without trying to break my neck on everything. As I say, it's a busy day because I'm working all week. I have to make sure everything's watered, and as I say, I continue to water the mounts every other day before I go to work. Let's have a look if I can lift this out of here. This is Phalaenopsis Phalaenopsis iamiam. This is the variegated one. And let's have a look. Bear with me, please. That wants watering today, but everything appears to be okay. I mean, the main thing is not to overwater. Better to underwater than overwater. I'll put that down there now. Put it back on the shelf. Let's, I think everything else. This is one that I'm going to probably do a separate video on. Let's bring this one down. And this is the Phragmipedium Andean Fire. And we've got the old leaf down about that there. Well, it's the that fan that it flowered from. That was when Ed had got it. Then it came to me, and it's flowered from this one. And if we look down there, and we see we've got new growth there, we've got new growth there, and now I don't know whether it'll allow me to lift it up and show you underneath. Can you see just under there? There we go, just under there. Got a root there. So that's an indication, of course, that now the roots have reached the bottom. We've got another growth there, can you see that? And it might be time to pot this on, as we've got new fans as well. So let's pop that back up there, and I hope it doesn't go out of focus. Let's have a look. Most of these have got to be watered today. So, oh, this is another one I wanted just to quickly show you. This one here, if I bring it over here. This is the Kingianum Ellen that I had a few cuttings from Ed. And this seems to be doing very well. I don't know at what point it would start to show any flowers or any movement of flowers. There seems to be little things happening, but I've never had one of these before, so I'm not too sure. But it's in oops, careful where you put your fingers, Margaret. It's in active growth, as you can see. It loves, absolutely loves this open tap of a basket. You see there? It's got new. There we go. It's got new growths. It's sending out new growths. It's sending out roots everywhere. So I'm dead chuffed with that one. And it's one of those that I don't know whether it should have a winter rest or not. So it's just going to have to decide itself. And I think I might have just, oh, the sun's just gone, I think I might have just damaged that root. That's the problem, you see. These roots are just so delicate. You touch them, they will just snap. That leaf's dying back on that Phalaenopsis there, and we've got a nice new root coming there. I've got some things down here. These are just soaking at the moment in just clear rainwater. That's the one of the cattleyas. That's the LC Verminsul palm. This is the one of the Cattleya violacea, intermedia var rosacea, or something like that. Anyway, and that, of course, is the Procatavolia. And if I just quickly pan around, this is what I did with the little Stumpy. I decided to mount little Stumpy, and it's quite liking that mount. Just fits over here on the shelf. Let's get up. And we're in bright sunshine on this side now. There's the big white fowl there, looking towards the window. That's the other cattleya there. And all these up here, although they'll be as dry as anything now. They're actually, have all been watered yesterday. These are some that I will have to water today, but it'll be on a needs basis. And just have a look round here. That's the, if I can just, that's the little lamelatum with those buds developing there. That will have to be watered today, but there we go. That's doing very nicely. All these here are doing very nicely. They're just, the majority of these, except, now have a look. I think it's just this one. Oh, there's a little cattleya just tucked in there. That's an LC tropical pointer. And this is, of course, the, if I can manoeuvre this one, this is my species Phalaenopsis parishii. And this is the one that I've put into lava rock. And this is really coming on leaps and bounds. But again, I have to remember to keep this one hydrated because it's tucked in just there, and I am inclined just to forget if I'm not too careful. And we go over here, and these are all the frags that today will be checked and watered. There we go. And this is, let me just see if I can take this one out. This is one of those Phalaenopsis that I've put back into bark, and those that I've put back into bark seem to have settled down very nicely. So if I put that over there and quickly bring you up to this top shelf here, that's the developing bud of the Phragmipedium ripteri, and I've just put a very loose tie on this, but yeah, that's the actual bud itself, looking exceedingly nice, and that loves this spot up there. Now we can go through there and you'll see that nice bud developing there, and that's on the big cattleya Pamela Hetherington. That's really developing now. And if I can just show you here, that's the sheath there. No idea whether anything's in it, and I won't mess, but that's this big sheath here. That's on the big Laelia purpurata. They'll get watered later today. This is Phragmipedium lasverinus. Again, that will get watered today, unchecked. And the one at the back there, the big cattleya there, that's Pastoral Innocence. So we take you back over here. This is my big Phragmipedium longiflorum. That's looking wonderful. That's the big Frag Grande there on the top shelf. Which is this one? This is Olaf Gruss. This is one of those from Burnham's, which is Phragmipedium Mary Bess, Bessii by Caracinum. Doing very well. And that's one of the three sisters. I noticed when I picked that up, as light as anything, so that can get watered today. That's one of the other three sisters. Oh, and look there, I don't know whether you'll see right in there. but there's a new leaf developing. Don't know whether you can see in there. So that shows me now that's quite settled in there, in that back into the bark. That's the Pathiopedilum Rothschildianum Giant Wings by Titanic. That's romping away now. That got watered this week, but I didn't water the here we go. If I can just gently, I didn't water the Columbkingii, and because I checked here, and there was too much moisture, and so I thought, well, this will wait. So, but this one will get watered today. That's another Phragmipedium here, and that's the what's it called? The Phragmipedium Andrettae, or Andrettae by Artwigii. Funny names, aren't they? That's coming on lovely, that one is. And this is Sideria japonica. Look at that. Look at the roots. There's another root there, just tucking itself down there. And I seem to have just got the right position with this winter sun, and things are just absolutely romping away. Again, this is that little Pathiopedilum Bellatum by Rothschildianum, and that's got a new growth there, and there's a new leaf coming out of that growth. That seems to have found its little spot. That will have to be watered today. Oh dear, I'm kicking the bucket down there, excuse me. And these are the ones that have moved. These are the the Phalaenopsis that have moved back into bark. And look at that. They're all accepting this bark, this transition back to bark, and sending out new leaves. So I'm absolutely chuffed about that. Look at this one. There's another one there. And this is the other one of the three sisters. Now that's not showing anything yet, but if, you know, we have to be patient sometimes. And this is another big one down here. And this is the one called Pulsation. But we've got that nice root there. And I brought the, what's this one called? This is the Adenium obsum, and I brought that up because that's gone into its winter shutdown now. That's the Bifrenara. If I move along here on my knees, this will be watered today. This is the Coleogyne Burfordiense. That will just get a good watering. Look at those. I love this plant, you know. It does me nothing. It doesn't give me any flowers, but I just like the leaves. It takes really no looking after, as long as you just don't overwater it, and it's fine. And this is the no ID species Coleogyne. And that, since I've put that in this open basket, this is just romping away. There's just giving me a new growth there, can you see? I don't know what it is about these open baskets, but they just seem to love it. So I am going to get some more of these, and when I get time, I've just had a new delivery of Orchiata bark. So at some point, now this is the Phaeus Tankenvillia. Now let's just have a look. Now this is the terrestrial orchid, and can you see there? Am I in the right light? There, look at that new growth. Now this is one that I actually repotted, and I did a video on this repot, and I explained why I was going to repot it, because Michael, I said, oh Margaret, don't repot it, it's at the wrong time of the year, and I thought, oh dear. So I didn't repot it for a while, and then I thought, oh blow this, I need to have a look at it. I need to get it adjusted to my environment, and blow me down with the video. I deleted the video before I uploaded it. I could have kicked myself. But that seems to have settled down now. As I say, I've got that new growth there, and if you look where that other tiny bulb, I call it a bulb, there's another new little growth trying to come out of that area. So, and this is very similar in appearance to the Coleogenes, that type of a leaf. Yeah, it just sits down here on this shelf here, there, minding its own business, and I check it once a week. Probably won't water that. It's one of those that doesn't like to be drowned, just likes to be moderately moist. Well, in our winter, moderately moist means you don't water too often. This is one, can you see? There, new little roots. I'm undecided yet with this one whether I'll put it into bark. We all finish work Friday the 21st for Christmas, so during the Christmas break I shall be able to double check on all these orchids and maybe do some repotting at that time. So if I squeeze over here and show you, this is that Oncidium Powii, and look at that. So I'd given up on this one, but you see, it's come back now and it's giving me a new growth. So I will persevere with that one and hopefully bring it back, and you never know. So we'll go over here now. That's the Thunia bensonii up in that corner. That's supposed to be shutting down for the winter, but it hasn't done yet. And this is the Dendrobium a day. Doing wonderfully, it just sits there. Let's have a look up on here. This is of course the Angraecum. I have frags and puffs on my mind sometimes. And that's Sesquipedale. There we go. And it's got the green extensions to the roots and one over there. And I'm getting blinded now by the sun. That's another one of the Dendrobiums Helen, and let's lift this big one up here because this is of course the other Pseudo-lamelatum that's throwing its little heart out. Look at that. From all these here, and so very, very unusual they are. I'm going to put that on here so I don't break anything. And let's just have a quick look on this shelf. These are the Phalaenopsis, Dendrobium Phalaenopsis. That's tile and black. That's Blue Happiness. That's showing signs of dropping one or two of these now, but we can't complain. That's another Phalaenopsis that I've potted into bark. I'm hoping now that some of these Phalaenopsis that I've potted back into bark come the spring might give me some flower spikes. These are the Phalaenopsis. I do apologise about the noise now because we're right into the fan, and that's another big Phalaenopsis there. And that is the Dendrobium Comic King over there. And this is of course the Multasia Royal Robe. There we go. And that's M.E.s Orchids, that's the frag little M.E.s Orchids, and I think that's now settling down. This is of course the Phalaenopsis tetraspis, and I don't know, it just keeps growing, and that's what we need. So it's just a very quick pan round to show you that all the orchids are coming on great. I've still got the big Dendrobium delicatum in the garage. That needs 2 months of a winter rest, so that's now, next week we're going down to freezing or just above for this area. Some are going to get snow, and so that's certainly going to get a nice winter chill. So thank you for bearing with me, and it's just a very quick update. The sun's in my face now. So from me to you, enjoy your weekend, take care, and we'll come back soon. Bye bye now.